So I thought I'd make a video where I got nothing to start with, and I just start talking and thinking out loud and stuff. So, without further ado, a lot of people have this idea about love. That they've been manipulated into believing, and that is that it's solely the fuzzy feeling that you get inside. Hello, person. The fuzzy feeling that you get inside when they hold you right or they do something for you. It's all materially based. You don't have sight of anything above the material. So, in other words, it's not actually love, it's self serving. And then the next level is, and not even though, it's basically worse, but the way parents force their children into the assimilation because of the way they've themselves been forced to assimilate. They force it on their children out of Stockholm's syndrome and cognitive dissonance. And, they try to greater their destinies by, with the bottom line being if there's pain, there's gain. And what better way to be in pain than throwing people into the system? And that's our idea of what a challenge is now. We take it upon ourselves as a challenge because we're infinitely complex beings that can handle anything. But in the essence, like they've manipulated our infinite functions to serve them. And we haven't really been able to rise against because we can handle it. And it's fun for some people to condescend those that can't handle it. But really, it's just they don't understand the vision for a better world. In which, first of all, food is planted everywhere. Like, there's so many things we could be doing differently. No way we have like 100-acre houses and just golf courses everywhere and then complain about overpopulation. Well, there's like thousands of people stuffed into different places. If we stuffed thousands of people into places like it is in these poor ass fucking places, we could fit so many people on Earth. We could fit fucking trillions of people on Earth. But since so many people are so self-serving, and since the system feeds off desire and fulfills desire in some sense, we as a species individually are completely overinflated and over consume resources. People in Bangladesh and all these poor ass places, they use at least 1,000 times less resources than any American child or anything like that. So it's incredibly important to take into perspective of, well, first of all, like how many, like complaining that someone in Bangladesh has 10 children as opposed to you having one child. It's still using so much less resources. And overpopulation is not the problem. It's our selfishness that's the fucking problem. We could share fucking living spaces that are actually cool to live in because it's not just wake up and go to work. dead end, dead ass job that you don't want to be at. It's wake up and you see people painting and there's music nearby and there's fucking people taking psychedelics and there's people talking philosophically about deep ass shit and there's food around and you can partake in helping grow food if you feel like it. You know, the people who understand responsibility will understand that, and complaining that someone else isn't doing it is not even a thing, because each person has their own contribution to be contributed, and it must be respected in order to be contributed, and to not create a bunch of psychopaths that either claim land or claim murder as a justified message of the horrible fucking situation we all are born into. We have to, first of all, the first step, stop vaccinating our children for fucking every single fucking thing you can imagine, and putting a bunch of random fucking horrible destructive chemicals in there in partial amounts, like we do for pesticides and all this. Oh, it's only partially in there, so it's only going to partially affect you, so you probably aren't going to notice what it's doing to you, but it's going to keep doing stuff to you, and over time, you'll think you're growing up or growing old, but really you're actually being fucking killed your whole life. A lot of the problems that you have or have had to overcome, it's not like, I can't say they weren't meant to be there, but saying that we should continue this for our children or anything like that, or that or that it's justified what they did to us and put us through our fucking childhood of understanding what the fuck this universe is, and then hanging on the cliff of society's reduction is bullshit, and becoming dependent on them through it. You can't give a fucking shit what other people fucking think. It will halt you on every single important step you could ever make. Every single awesome thing that really could have changed my life, I missed because I gave too much of a shit. I was in over my life, basically. Okay, so like, how much should I even go into? Basically, I'll put it like this: I've had a crazy amount of trauma over my life that made me give way too much of a shit about every single person's perspective, even the people that weren't there, that haunted me in my past, that they would come up in my mind and condescend me, for me, by me, with me, because I would judge myself because I believed so much in what other people saw in me, because they never actually saw me. It's the real thing you gotta recognize. They never actually saw you. You know that you were beautiful when you were beautiful. You just never were able to actually capture it for another person in your presence, which is a result of all these fucking vaccinations and assimilation programs and history downloads that make you wonder why you have no identity. They're downloading all this shit to erase what you are and to put you into the system to be used. And if you're a woman, sad to say, to be fucked. Because that's the fucking play. Every single woman out there, you really have to seriously like be careful. Like the norm between guys is so corrupt. You have to wait and be patient and find the right person. Like they've manipulated so much. They've used so much of the beauty and the infinite adaptability um, and power of the like goddesses of angels. They've manipulated it and caused us to turn it into like this fucking just completely corrupt fucking thing. Watch out for fucking dudes. I mean, you women, I'm sure you all know, like, most men are fucking creeps, like, for real. And you just gotta be careful. Like, honestly, just be patient.